So validation interface allows the asynchronous decoupling of chain state events from various responses. So basically, what I mean here is that anytime anything interesting happens, we connect a new block, or we disconnect a block, or we establish a new valid tip, you can register these callbacks that respond to those events. We actually use something called the single-threaded scheduler client to queue responses and execute them out of band with respect to things like network communications. Though again, we're still blocked on lock acquisition, so CS main comes up a lot here. It's used for a lot of things. It's used to build indexes, to trigger announcements to peers, trigger wallet updates, sending zero-MQ publications. This is just a list of the various events you can make use of. So if you want to play along at home and do some stuff to find more out about the concurrency model, you can grab for C critical section, which is basically all the lock definitions, and trace thread, which is used whenever threads are spawned. So let's talk about something I call regions. Regions of code are basically little modules of state and procedures that each do a various thing for Bitcoin. It's not like an official term, it's just kind of what I thought to call it. Each region is basically a subsystem and it handles a certain domain of tasks. So looking at these things should hopefully give us an idea of the different granular things that Bitcoin does and where it does them. So in summary, basically the net region handles socket networking, tracking of peers. Net processing routes the peer-to-peer message that it receives from net into validation calls and other response peer-to-peer messages. Validation is probably the single most characteristic file in Bitcoin. Yep. Sure.
You commented that a large portion of the validation or the chain state code is under the one mutex.
Yep.
I'm just curious about your thoughts as to whether that is a major bottleneck and whether there's work to sort of alleviate that with sort of more fine-grained threading.
Yeah, there are a lot of discussions about how to potentially alleviate that. I think one proposal was to split CS main up into read and write locks, and so that's one.